Ooh, good spritz on that one. I swear you do it to me every time with the fucking ones that foam up.
Hey, Catalyst crew. Welcome to Catalyst Corner, episode 81. It's Mondays. And I'm Evan.
I'm Paul. Back with you.
And we got some interesting stuff for you today. We're going to talk about
NECC.
Yeah, Northeast Comiccon. I watched a movie. So
When Evil Lurks.
We're gonna go over that.
I need to watch.
And then you have a pretty interesting topic you want to talk about.
Yeah. And we'll get around to it. So we were at NECC this weekend. What'd you think?
I had a great time. I like going to the cons. It's really fun to, meet people that are of similar mind and love all the same stuff we love. And then it's also really awesome to kind of get to see in real time people's reactions to the art
the stuff that we make. Yeah. It's super cool.
And people were like all about it, and it's and again it's
I'll say we've done a couple of events now.
Yeah,
we're new to the whole con scene, but I like the vibe there.
Yeah,
there's like a good people coming by, like checking us out. The other vendors, the other stalls were all like really cool people. We had great neighbors on either side.
And the thing is that I was concerned because it was obviously the holiday weekend, Black Friday and everything like that, and we had a great turnout. So that really speaks to like Gary who runs the con and everything.
I'd say so.
So we'll definitely be back on that one, and I know he has another one he runs, and we'll probably hit that too because it's a lot of work. It takes a lot of work to put these things together.
It's a labor of love to get in there, yeah.
But it's worth it. I mean, we met some amazing artists. We've met some amazing, just people.
Hey, I hope some of the people who stopped by are listening in today because you know what? Great peeps. A lot of people checked us out.
Yeah, had a blast. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for supporting the shop.
Right. 100%. Even if you don't get anything, you're just coming by for a listen afterwards. Hey, we still appreciate that.
Oh, that's
glad to have you.
For sure.
100%.
For sure.
That does just as much for us.
So yeah, had a lot of fun with that. I'm pretty tired, but
yeah, it's burnt out now.
It's holiday season, so we're right back in it playing Santa again for the online people, and that's cool. Thank you guys for supporting us online. Yeah. We're drinking the end of the Lawsons Mad River Maple today. We're gonna finish that off. Yep.
Good.
Yep.
I like it. Again, though, like every time I'm the one to open, the one that fizzes all up, gets all over me. You're like shaking the beers. I don't know how you do it. You predict every time which one I'll take.
It's like a very like Moriarty thing, to your Sherlock. I'm like,
except
I know.
Except I'm not Sherlock. I'm never guessing the right
Well, you're like Watson then.
Yeah, Moriarty's going after Watson. He wants the easy wins.
Completely out of character, but he went after him.
It's no longer about the game. It's just about winning.
Yeah, he took an L and he just needed a win. Yeah. So I want to talk about this movie, right? I watch quite a bit of horror.
Okay, right into it. I like it.
My horror for the year. Before spoilers. Before I saw this, my horror for the year was Talk to Me.
Yeah, great choice.
I thought it was a really, really well done independent film.
Right.
And there were rumblings about this movie.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know how I get. Like when people say things are good.
You take a grain of salt with it. You're like, is it really good?
And then like, for example, everybody says like, oh, use Adobe, it's the best software. And it's like, everybody says that, but is it? It is. Sponsor us, Adobe. But so we put it on one night, and it's a film out of Argentina. Okay. So it does have subtitles.
Okay.
So
I'm all about
I know you're fine on that, but just a heads up. There's no dub version I could find, but I think it adds a little bit more power to the movie with the subtitles. I guess the gist of it is, and I don't know if this is like from Argentinian culture or it's just like the story that they're rolling with. they have this. They call them rottens, basically. So it's when a demon gets into a human, it's a rotten.
Okay.
Right.
Sure.
So it's in a rural town, and they, this mother and her youngest son are protecting like the oldest son, who's like a rotten at this point, right?
Oh, okay.
And he's like bedridden, and it's all grotesque, and like it's crazy.
Okay.
Yeah. And our main character, basically, I mean, I don't want to give it away because it's that good.
Yeah.
But like, just to kind of give you an idea, it's the violence is. I said, "Oh shit, holy shit," out loud more than once.
Interesting.
Which for me is
right. Something has to be pretty startling.
And I got the same stress that I got, but amplified as I had when I watched The Witch.
That's a very high praise.
So it was because the thing is with The Witch, it's slow burn.
Right.
With this, it's slow burn. And then it amps to 11, but then it goes back to a slow burn. So it's like you can't get comfortable with the pace.
The pace of it, yeah.
Oh,
it's keeping you on your toes.
It's so good. It's so good.
Okay.
So it's possession, demons, that kind of stuff.
Right.
So, just to give you, it's not,
If that's not your speed, maybe not, but yeah.
And there's a lot of hyper violence. And I got to tell you, there's a couple of scenes in this movie that if you can't, like, you and I are pretty broken.
Yeah. You're not going to scare me off with a few
but for the rest
few violent scenes.
For the rest of us, our listeners who aren't maybe as broken as we are, there's a few scenes that are,
grisly,
pretty difficult to watch.
Interesting.
Okay. But that's my. I can't imagine there's going to be another movie that comes out in the next month and a half.
You got
or
less than
month,
like 30 days. You got
that's going to beat that. And honestly, it is fantastic. It's on Shudder.
Good.
So
good.
But just a great movie.
That's what I like to hear. That
I'm getting stressed out just reliving talking about it. So good.
No.
So
I'll have
good.
to check that out. I've been meaning to for a while. You told me about this maybe a week ago, and
I texted you right after I finished. It was that good.
Right,
I was
you
like,
were
dude,
immediately on it.
Oh
which is,
man,
look,
so good.
I know it's good. All right. I haven't seen too many movies. Unfortunately, I don't have much to talk about.
Well, we've been busy.
Let me hit you with something a little different.
What do you got?
And this one's a little off script. I'm gonna hit you with a little fun stuff. Look, I listen to some other people. I like to keep a finger on any like weird, bizarre, out there news.
Sure.
You know what? We're gonna have to cut this because I just realized that I didn't get to the end, and I don't know how this story concludes. It's a fantastic story. I just never hit the conclusion of it.
All right. Well, give me what you got, and we'll see where we go with it.
Yeah, it's a Taco Bell orgy.
I'm gonna need you to elaborate on that.
All right.
It's a Taco Bell.
Well, this is the problem: is I never got to the end of the orgy.
I imagine it ends like most orgies end.
Well, I don't know.
Why don't you walk me through what's going on?
All right. So here's the story as I've been made aware of it thus far.
Okay.
So we're having a little holiday party. It makes sense. The right time of year for it, right?
Of course.
This is a company that believes in living moss. So,
I mean, it's their slogan.
Yeah.
To be fair.
Yeah, it's important to them. Right. And so we have a holiday party. And apparently it goes pretty normal.
Now, is this a
this is a Taco Bell?
All right, so this is a local Bell. It's not a corporate.
Yeah,
Bell.
As far as I can tell, it's a local Bell.
Okay.
And so what you have is this employee who makes this complaint, who's initiates this whole thing being public, comes in and they find that the manager of this store has gift wrapped the windows and the security cameras. Yeah. So they brought, this person, our protagonist, this female employee, I don't know the name. She's brought, because it's like a potluck style, like holiday get
she's
together.
Brought her like pigs
she brought
in
her
a blanket.
Guacamole.
Oh, okay.
She brought a bowl of guac.
Interesting. I mean, I imagine they probably had plenty of guac. I don't know why you're bringing guac.
Yeah,
but what do
to a Taco Bell. Right.
What do I know?
So anyways, And this is the thing is I only really got like the front. I never got to the like exciting conclusion because so our main character here, they step out. I don't know what they're stepping out for. They're like going out to a car or whatever. They decide to come back in. Remember, the windows have been covered.
Yeah, they did. It looks like a present,
baby.
right? Like it just looks like
yeah.
It's
The
all
store's a
wrapped
whole
up.
gift. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what you
and
want.
They come back in, and one of their coworkers is having sex with their own wife. Like the coworker that they have is, fucking their spouse publicly.
Okay. Now this was in what, Los Angeles or something?
Yeah, I think so. So what ends up happening, and they're not the only ones going after it. I guess there's two other female employees engaged in it as well, kissing the dude's wife.
Yeah, but here's the thing, right? Like wrapping paper on the windows is not a red flag to me.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean? Like that's just like, oh, you're trying to make the place look a little more festive. It's kind of like a present.
Right, right. That's some holiday party stuff.
Right. I think that, wrapping paper on the security camera.
So...
Yeah.
The security camera, that's
a bit of a red flag.
Why would you do that?
Sure.
So anyways, she goes back in. She notices her guacamole besides the participants, this little orgy. As they're all going at it, there's multiple female employees, this male employee and his wife all getting intimate.
Okay.
And so our protagonist here, this employee is like, oh, I must go. And they leave for a minute. And then like, I can't go. I left my guacamole bowl.
I really admire this person because
they had to get the guac.
They're uncomfortable enough where they're like, because here's the thing.
There's an orgy in the Taco Bell.
Here's the thing.
My coworkers are all
hold on. And again, very broken individual.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm walking in on a sitch, it's an orgy or whatever, I may not be participating, but like I'm not gonna fuck it. Like it doesn't bother me.
I know you.
Like,
you're not gonna sprint. You'll walk by. You'll be like, all right, hey, I need to get the guac.
I may have to like look.
Yeah, you'll glance.
And
like, hey, what's going on?
Right.
Okay, hey guys.
Not even any judgment. I'm like, I'd probably be laughing about it.
I'd be like, hey, look, it's like, look, I gotta get the guac out of here.
Guys,
that's not very hygienic.
Like shit like that, like.
Well, that's certainly not a grande.
Sure.
Yeah. So, all right, let me just put the cherry on top. It's a little short tale of woe for this person.
Yeah. So she decided she was
needs
going
to go
back
get her
in.
guac.
So it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough that like
it's not going to take. It's not.
She's keeping her bowl
as bad. Yeah, that she's going to leave it there.
Well, like if I'm like a deciding party in all of this, I'm like, how offended were you really that you were willing to go back and get a fucking bowl?
Well, let me tell you, she had more reason to be angry.
Okay. Well, why?
She goes to get her guac.
Sure.
And one of the participants of the orgy is vomiting into the bowl.
Throwing up into the guacamole?
Into their homemade guacamole and bowl. I assume homemade. I don't know. If it's a potluck and you brought store-bought guac, you're just a bad person.
Yeah, you're puking in the... Especially at a Taco Bell.
At the Taco Bell. At that point, you're maybe worse than the people having an orgy.
Yeah, that's... So all right, so then she went obviously to HR, right?
Yeah. She went to that's the whole thing, is apparently she goes to them about this, and HR is like, yeah, no.
Well, I thought they fired the coworkers though, right? Or did they not?
I can't read fucking fast enough. After the ill-fated evening, the termination, it was long enough. Okay, we'll do a 1, 2, 3 clap and we'll continue.
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Yeah, so the participants, as far as I'm aware, were terminated. The manager, the coworkers who were all participating in the orgy, they were forced out. HR took
now,
care
let me
of
ask you this.
Okay.
Now, if you're HR, right? You're an executive, and this story
I'm
comes
an exec.
to you, right?
The employee
Are you firing...
says,
are you firing like the me of this story who's just, I didn't fuck anybody, but I was there and I was just like, whoa.
So it's tough.
Like, am I getting fired?
There's no camera footage, right?
Right. Well,
Right.
I mean, all you can see is
all
the rap
you know
presence.
is that everyone's
right,
fucking.
Right.
Or
So
at least a good
I guess
amount of them
I guess
are.
the safest way to do it is just to scorch the earth.
Scorched earth, yeah.
Right. So so here's the thing, though, right?
Yeah.
Is that I get she was offended. Obviously, what these people were doing is wrong.
You don't get to have sex in the workplace.
Of course not. Not
with, especially not with everyone.
But at the end of the day, like, now there's like multiple people out of a gig, and some of them may not have even been involved.
Yeah.
Like, it's just one of those things where it's just like, I get it. I get her point of view, but like on the other side of it, you're kind of a cunt.
Why is she a cunt?
Because there are people that were probably just there that got fired as a blanketed thing.
But like,
so yeah, you're kind of a cunt.
What is she supposed to do?
Just fucking swallow it and
swallow it. They get to fuck
no,
in the Taco
she should
Bell.
Swallow it.
Hey.
No, they don't get to fuck in the Taco Bell, but like, I'm just telling you,
if you don't do anything, they get to fuck in the Taco Bell.
But on the same,
that's where my
but at the same level, it's just
that's
like
where
what
my
about
Crunchwrap gets made.
What about the innocent people?
What about my Crunchwrap?
What about the innocent non-fuckers?
I'm innocent. I don't want fucking around my Crunchwrap.
I understand. It's a very complicated issue.
Now I want a fucking Crunchwrap.
You want to fuck a Crunchwrap?
Yes.
Me too. Kinda.
With guac.
I don't know. Like, I think she's in the right? Like, I don't want this to come out and people like, Evan's like sanctioning. Yeah, he's like, you should definitely fuck in your workplace.
Pro Taco Bell orgy.
No, I think it's tricky because, like, how corporations are.
I do.
And I feel like there might be some collateral damage in all of this.
Right.
You know?
In a way, that kind of did happen because I guess she got the people involved were terminated.
Right.
They were.
Right.
They got taken care of.
The fuckers and fuckees were terminated.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if the fuckee was. The fuckee wasn't a worker.
The fuckee wasn't an employee.
Yeah. The fuckee.
The fuckee was just there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But apparently, down the line, the reporting employee as well was kind of like forced out, like the retaliation type. Hey, you were a whistleblower. You talked, and she got fired. I don't know whether or not that's actually the case. That's what they claim, is that she had faced backlash for reporting.
Well, I mean, apparently, like, they smashed her car windows, and there were some like, there were
I
like,
didn't even know about that.
Yeah, apparently,
smashed her windows.
Yeah,
out.
like it wasn't
Taco Bell's breaking windows and fucking.
No, it wasn't Taco Bell. It was like a friend of one of the fired employees.
Oh! I was gonna say,
no.
Fucking HR's breaking a window.
Yeah.
How dare you report our
making us do work? Yeah, no, it's just like
not very nice of you.
Like it's part of the company, like mantra is that you got to fuck here, but so I guess she wanted to take it further, right? And it's just like she's blaming. So the guy got fired. So Taco Bell did the right thing, right?
Yeah.
And in my eyes, and maybe I'm wrong about this, and if you disagree with my thought process in the comments, let me fucking know.
Yeah.
Put me on the right path.
He needs it.
I think it's fucked up that one of the friends of the fired employees like broke her windows and shit.
Yeah, that's a fucking mess.
That's not Taco Bell's problem, though.
No, it isn't.
So I don't think you get to say that like they didn't do anything about like the anti-discrimination and all that bullshit, because it's just like, do you understand that regardless of whether or not you're in the right, every action you take in this life has a reaction.
Oh yeah.
So if
100%.
someone unsafe, I mean, if you're fucking in a Taco Bell, you're probably not all there anyway.
I think she was relying a little much on the system because she apparently
that's what wanted. But that's what I'm saying to you is like she sounds like a cunt to me.
What do you mean?
You can't file an anti-discrimination lawsuit against Taco Bell because a psychopath that they took care of.
Yep. Here's the thing. Not the employees whose friends were like attacking her car. Those weren't the fired ones. She was asking for action to be taken against the employees whose friends vandalized her car, and action wasn't taken against those people.
All right, let's walk down that road a minute.
Right.
Can they prove that the employees like directed their friends to do that? Probably not.
I know.
So again,
it's complicated.
That's what I'm trying to tell you is like, I get where
she's not a cunt for fucking.
She seems like a cunt.
How is she a cunt? You're fucking out of your mind.
It seems like a lot of fucking
You're
noise.
You're just like, oh, let people fucking the guacamole bowl.
I get it. I get fucking
dicks, balls, fucking vomit all over my Taco Bell like the old days.
I get fucking I get fucking.
Taco Bell's good now. I don't want that.
All right, man. Yeah, I'm wrong.
Thank you.
But all I'm saying is like, I get it. She's in the right. She doesn't want to be around that. She doesn't want people's penises around the food. I get it. Yeah. I get it. I'm with her on that. But what I'm saying is like, you can't go after Taco Bell. Because why? Because you did this to crazy people and crazy, like the whole joint sounds crazy. That whole
clearly not a really good location.
Right. And so what I'm saying is like, you've been working with these people, like, you know, they're unhinged.
I don't know. Probably, yeah.
What? She's that fucking oblivious? She might be. She went back for the fucking guac bowl.
You ain't that man.
I just don't like her. I don't like her. I don't like her. And you know what? I don't know why. I don't like her because I think she was right to report the fucking, but like going after Taco Bell, and I hate corporations, but like, what the fuck do you want them to do? What do you want them to do?
So apparently they tried to transfer her to a different location. Right,
they're doing
which is something.
But they're doing what they're trying to do legally. You know what I mean? You want them to kill these people?
Well, no, I don't want them to kill the Taco Bell fuckers.
They're civilians.
I don't want them to kill them.
The people that were the people that were threatening her though were not Taco Bell employees.
So here's the thing that I think you're missing is that corporations nowadays can absolutely prove who your friends are.
Okay, but here's
your
the thing.
average corporation's going on Facebook now.
Yeah, but what the fuck is that? Like, all right, so if something happens to me, right, and you know, if I'm fucking somebody in a Taco Bell,
yeah,
and then I tell you like, I got fired, I was fucking her, they ratted me out, and then you go and fucking break someone's windows, not at my behest. That's just like, you know what? I'm gonna teach that fucking jerk a lesson, and then you break the windows. That's on me.
Well, you've already been fired. But pretending I'm someone else, right? Yeah.
All right.
Maybe.
Let's take it another step then. I wasn't the one fucking, right?
Yeah.
I was.
But
just,
you got reprimanded because you were watching the fucking.
And I'm just like, you know, it's kind of fucked up. Like I was just there. I was just fucking,
watching the show.
You know, and it's like I get where she's coming from, but like Jesus Christ, like let's move on. You know, and then your reaction to that is like, you know what? This is too like how I am. Like, you know what? Fuck her. And then you take it to a place where it shouldn't go. That shouldn't be on me. I have to be worried about how my fucking friends react to information I give them. Fuck that. That's bullshit. I just think it sets a dangerous precedence, man.
Yeah, but at the same time,
that being said,
I can just have my friends fucking intimidate coworkers? Like,
no,
what's that?
I'm not saying that shit either. But like,
well,
I
think
man.
One of these is worse than the other.
I don't know, man. It is. I don't. Hold on. I'm still in reality with you. I think the shit that happened to her is bad.
Good, because it sounds like you want orgies at your local Taco Bell.
I mean, you know, as long as it's safe,
as long as it's in business hours and outside the food prep area.
Right. I'm good. And you know, after it's all done, you have the janitor come in. And he bleaches everything. Like, well,
he's in a full gimp suit.
Right. Well, obviously, you know, let's keep with the theme, and it has to be like purple, and it has to say "Live Moss."
Yeah.
Of course. All I'm saying is that I just feel like, I mean, if there's clear-cut proof, right, that at the behest of the employees that are left's friends,
mm-hmm.
she was assaulted and discriminated against because she reported this orgy.
Sure.
For sure. She has every fucking right.
Sure.
But if it's just like,
this isn't a courtroom, though. It's not a reasonable doubt situation.
But so what? So we just go, I don't know, man. It's crazy.
It's a weird one. I know.
But like, what if they weren't even fucking?
It's got Taco Bell guac.
But here's the other thing. What if they weren't fucking? What if this is her just trying to get revenge?
There's no... How?
What do you mean how?
How the fuck do you get this through? No one's fucking, and you got multiple people fired for having a guacamole fucking orgy? There's no way.
So what, like, all right, well, here's the other half of it, right? Like, in her mind, right? Because this is how she wanted it to play out.
Right.
They fired the manager. They fired the other fucker, right?
Right, the fucker and fucking yeah.
No, the fucky didn't work there. They fired the fuckers.
Yeah, those who were fucking.
Right, and then obviously the employees that remained, she wanted.
They must have corroborated the story
and
if it went that way.
Okay, and she wanted all of them fired too. So she wants to be the sole Taco Bell employee left at this location.
Yeah, there can be only one.
Right. Okay.
But
that's what I'm saying is like it's more complicated than that.
You're
dude.
assuming she went and said, "I want scorched earth," not "Hey."
She said they did nothing about the threats except offered to transfer her.
Right.
Okay. So
say she goes in,
but I'm just saying it's not a black and white thing, right?
I get that it's not black and white, but I'd rather they terminate the coworkers rather than just say, "Hey, we'll move you." I know that we've still got people who are targeting you, but, move you. Like, what do you mean? Does nothing.
So their options...
What a no answer.
Their options are fire everybody except for her.
Now, here's the thing. You don't think a Christmas party orgy is a fireable offense?
Oh, for sure I do.
That you can't even watch those. You have to be... You can't even watch.
But
what do you mean?
But here's the thing: you can't. And how do you prove that?
You all get together and say they were all fucking. If you weren't a member of the orgy,
apparently she's the only whistleblower.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is the others should have been on her team and been like, "Yeah, let's all go and report this."
Hold on. Had that been the case, I'm on her side. But it doesn't seem like anybody was on her side with this.
It doesn't matter if anyone's on her side.
Okay, so
she's not fucking in a Taco Bell.
We have one person left at this Taco Bell.
Yeah. Yeah, the people participating in the orgy, or even those who were just kind of observing the orgy, I don't want them working my Taco Bell.
And neither do I, dude.
So yes, she should be the sole employee at that Taco Bell if she's the only one with a problem with an orgy.
Okay, well, I think that it's only fair that if that's how it's going to go down, she has to work as hard. She has to live there until they hire more people.
She's already made the guac.
Right, she's got to start.
That's it. I die on this.
I'm just mad. I'm mad.
I want decimation of these this Taco Bell roster.
But here's the thing, like their company culture is live Moss. I think you're wrong on this one.
Just because they were living Moss and she was not.
Like, I think you can't do it at Nike either.
But Taco Bell is.
No, I'm saying I think you can't fire people for fucking if your company culture is live Moss, or if your company culture is just do it. You can't fire people like they're just following the fucking company culture.
Yeah, but I guess what we have to wonder was the package Moss.
It doesn't matter.
Well,
I mean, that's just a twofer.
Are you living?
Hold on, that's a twofer though, right?
Yeah.
All I'm saying is she was not living Moss. She was living.
I like to think she was attempting to live Moss, but how Moss can you be?
I like to think that she wanted to be a part of it and they didn't want any of that stank. What do you think of that?
Wow, we're throwing out some heavy-handed ones.
I know. I don't know why I'm going so hard against this lady.
You
know what's really funny though? You know what's really funny though is like I hate corporations, but Taco Bell's really good.
You're like corporations are evil.
But goddamn, Taco Bell is delicious.
I will take a grilled cheese burrito any day of the week.
Well, I'm just thinking of like the people, the people in the public too. Like if everybody gets fired except for this woman, like. Then they're not going to get their grilled cheese burritos.
That's true, but I'd rather no grilled cheese burrito than the grilled cheese burrito prepped by these animals.
Yeah, but hold on. I don't think they're fucking by the food.
I don't want them fucking in the building, okay?
I want my employees happy.
Yeah. Fucking employee satisfaction's through the roof at that location.
Dude, you know what it is? It sucks because, like, it's a lose-lose no matter what you do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Look. It's a lose-lose if you fire everybody but her because then the thing has to close. It's a lose-lose if you move her to another location because then she feels like she's being punished. Like... Nobody wins in this situation.
They'd have filled the location back up. What do you mean? This is how it goes all the time. You think this is the first time there's been mass firing at a fast food chain?
I'd like to think that this is a pretty pretty one-off situation.
Transfer.
I hope people aren't running around fucking in like McDonald's and shit.
Oh, my sweet summer child. Anyway, yeah, they'd have moved employees from other local fucking branches over to there, and they'd have hired up a few extras.
Well, what do you think? You think she has a right to file an anti-discrimination lawsuit?
Yeah, 100%. Come on.
Okay, so I don't know, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's a weird one. Yeah, that's why I wanted to bring it up to you, because I like that one. That's a good story. It's got all the elements you desire.
Yeah, and I'm proud of myself for taking the braver route on that.
Yeah, so you
very
took a very bold stance.
Yeah, very very anti whistleblower.
Yeah, if I were to be going down. But that's not how you frame it. You don't frame it as you're anti whistleblower.
No.
That sounds bad. You're just pro orgy.
Pro orgy, and also pro whistleblower as well. But anti, you blew the whistle now. Now chill the fuck out. Stop blowing it now. All right, yeah, chill.
You got
chill.
one,
right? Yeah, everybody gets one. Whatever, fucker. Fuck them too. Fuck everybody. I don't know. Yeah. Live monster.
I know. All right. What's
Get
up
me
next?
out of here. I don't want to. Now I'm not going to have Taco Bell tonight. I'm not having it. Okay. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. So I don't got too much else on the weird stories. I only got one thing that it got me thinking.
Okay.
Is what's it? Zelda Williams? I saw a tweet by her.
That's the late Robin Williams' daughter.
Yeah.
Named after
the
Princess
Legend of Zelda.
Yeah.
He was a big fan.
He was.
The late, great Robin.
Rad dude. We lost a great on that one.
That was one of the worst.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
He had the Louis body.
Yeah. Not a
good way to go.
So, anyways,
so
the old Zelda Williams, it was a tweet I think she put out where basically she's like, hey, to any of these companies or any of these groups or whatever, you're not trying to revive dad. So I guess she's been approached by probably companies seeking to use her dad's likeness or voice with AI to promote things. And it's spun to her as, we want to, revive your father or whatever. Just making it try to sound like they're doing a good thing. Oh, hey, your father's spirit can also still help and be a positive. No, you just want to make money.
Right, exactly.
Off of the likeness of a dead man.
Right.
Which is fucking gross.
Well, I mean, I've
good for her.
I've been saying this for a while, right? Is that art and business really are two opposing forces.
Yeah, they don't mesh well.
They really don't, but unfortunately, the reality we're stuck in right now.
Yeah. If you want to be an artist, you kind of have to.
Right, we, for whatever reason, we all acknowledge how important art is, but we won't allow it to exist unless it can be monetized. Right? It's really fucked up. And I don't like getting too deep into the philosophy of it all or whatever, but it is an incredibly messed up situation.
Oh yeah, it's very strange,
and
man.
that's where things like this kind of happen, because at the end of the day, right, if someone wanted to do that and not make a cent off it, and it's just we get to feel like someone we cared about and lost is still with us, I can
sort of see it, but even then it's fucking ghoulish, dude. It is weird.
Ghoulish. It is pretty ghoulish, yeah. And
okay, so the way that I think I've coined a little phrase for it.
Oh,
you know what? I'm probably not even the first to call it this, but it's to me, it feels like this weird digital necromancy.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I like that.
Yeah. That's
pretty,
my term of the day.
Oh man, may have to make a fucking design based off of that.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
Digital. I wouldn't. Yeah, I got a few things swimming right now.
Let's work on that after. But
no, I
digital
agree.
Necromancy shirt available now.
And here's the thing: there are situations of digital necromancy that I've had. I've had moments where I'm like, this is insane.
Yeah.
You remember back maybe a year ago, right?
Right.
When that Ancestor company came out with that whatever it was, the app that made old pictures move and shit.
Yeah.
So I
see, that's one of the things that came to mind.
I did that with some of my relatives.
Right.
right? And like people I haven't even met type of thing. Like I'm talking about like,
some distant relations.
Right, some
okay.
dead ass motherfuckers, if you know what I mean. And like it was so uncanny because this was my thought as I was doing it, right?
Yeah.
And you know me, I tend to skew more sciencey.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, like I am bringing people back from the dead.
Yeah, it's very Black Mirror. It's an odd space that we're entering with like, the way we're using AI. Because again, all right, we've beat to death like, hey, let's take AI off of the things that humans should be pursuing, like art and creative like fulfillment. But like this isn't the direction either. It's not, hey, let's try to get more out of. Was it like there's a whole bunch of celebrities that have been fucking brought back. Didn't they do like Michael Jackson recently? Was one of these things?
They've been doing a lot of stuff with like music and everything.
Yeah, musicians.
You get like a lot of like
past artists like
right,
covering
like they have
new songs.
Right,
which is
they have
fucked.
Freddie Mercury singing like NSYNC songs and shit like that, and it's pretty accurate. Like
it's just fucking.
But here's the thing,
weird,
right?
Man.
When I hear shit like that, I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Right.
And it doesn't usually go deeper than that for me. Now, if they release an album and they want you to buy it, that's where I start to get weird. Because, like, I'm cool. Like, look, end of the day, it's cool to hear Ozzy Osbourne sing fucking Hit Me Baby One More Time. It's fun. It's fun.
Sure.
Right?
Sure. It's interesting. It's funny.
But again, this is that weird space that art's supposed to live in. Right?
Right.
It's okay like
and
that.
That's kind of what it is I don't know. Because again,
well, I'm
not,
okay with it like that.
It's not an artist making that. An artist has had no part in whatever that creation is.
Well, I guess I view it as a piece of entertainment there, right? And as long as it's not monetized, it's almost just this sort of thing that exists in the ether.
Sure.
But
you let something like this exist, even if it's not for profit now.
Right. I don't disagree with you.
Right.
What I'm saying is the reason why I'm okay with it as where it's at right now is because it's in its infancy. It's at that weird point where art's supposed to be. Where you're not monetizing it, where you can't monetize it, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's interesting. That's an interesting thing you can do. But like,
at
any point when they turn it into
already getting monetized,
well, then it's fucked up.
I mean, and that's exactly it. That's the context of what the old Miss Williams is saying. Is you think these people approaching her are approaching her for non-profit? Hey, let's use your dad for whatever fucking
but
voice
you know what
or,
though
video.
I think she has a very unique perspective on it, right? Because she's grown up in the industry. Her dad is who he her dad was who he was, and like I'd like to think she kind of at least understands the concept I'm talking about, where like art and business don't mesh.
I don't know.
But it could just be I don't want to see my fucking
I think it's much more that. I think it's
like just human, just straight human.
Desecrating what your parent was.
I think it's just hard. Like here, but I mean, take the fame out of it, right? If you lost someone close to you, like and again, I know he was sick and he had the Lewy bodies,
sure.
He if you lost someone close to you in the way that she did, right? And you begin to heal, right? And then they come with you and they want you to pretend like he's still around. That's gonna
fuck yourself.
That's gonna rip those wounds right back open.
Wait, that's some Pet Cemetery bullshit. Sometimes dead is better. It's like fuck that.
No. Hold on.
No way.
But here's the thing. I agree with you on that, and I think that she has every right to say no.
I'd be furious.
But the thing is, right, is that like I think because she's been pretty vocal about how she's very okay with everything he's done.
Right.
But she doesn't want to see like a documentary on him, and I get it. It's like
I think
like
she just wants to let her father's memory lie as is.
Right. It's like he was here. You got what you got.
Right. He
was here.
A beautiful life. He made some incredible works.
Be happy with what you have.
Right.
Right. And so I think she has the right mentality on it.
And here's the thing. You take And I know it's a weird thing to say that we take the consent of the dead out of it, right? But you're using Robin Williams' likeness, his voice,
right,
to promote, to sell.
Well, let me
even
ask you
just
this,
to
though.
honor.
Let me ask you this.
He has no say.
Right. Well, let me ask you this, because James Earl Jones gave permission.
Sure.
To use his voice as Darth Vader with the AI after he's gone.
Entirely different.
Okay, so you feel as long as there's consent.
There's consent. It
in
makes
life,
it less.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. I think I can come around to that too, because it feels like there's potential with that technology that I don't think we should just like blanketly say no.
And let me be real with you. It still feels very fucking strange. I can't. But here's the thing. For me personally, if I can't logically put a finger on why something's wrong, I won't oppose it.
Right, until you can figure out why it bothers you. Right.
And so with the James Earl Jones thing, can I say like I still feel a little weird about it? Sure.
But you know what's even wilder
I can't say
about
no
that?
to it because I don't have a fucking logical
there's
answer.
There's even an extra layer of the James Earl Jones thing, because like technically in the lore, that's not even his voice. So like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? It's a fucking robot
it's
making
weirdly
the voice.
layered.
Yeah, it's pretty layered. No, I think if you're cool, like I think if you understand like what it means, right? And you're like, you know what? I don't give a fuck. I'm going to be dead anyway. I don't care.
Right.
Go ahead.
Sure. Yeah, and see, I could see that. You
that
know,
I think you have to. I think you have to be cool with that. You know what I mean?
I don't want to get too sidetracked, but again, it goes into this weird like, I can't fathom the world we're going to be living in 30 years.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty wild.
You think about it. You might have celebrities who are selling the rights to their voice for
their voice, their
however
likeness,
many years.
Right.
Selling their likeness.
Yeah.
And like they can sell time that they don't have.
Yeah, selling time they don't even have. Like you know what's going to happen. Here's how wild it's going to get.
World.
You're going to sign like a 30 picture or a 70 picture deal now.
Yeah.
With these studios, and then by the, maybe you get 15 or 20 in your life, and then they own your likeness for 40 more movies.
Like, look, here's the thing. If you're going to go ahead and you're going to do all this.
Yeah.
Then I want the exec to, like, whoever the businessman is who's like, I'm going to buy this person's voice. I'm going to buy this likeness. I'm going to be able to use them well past their death.
Yeah.
I at least want them to look like a necromancer.
You think, all right,
like
so you're saying
like
whoever,
you think symbols on the
all right,
face.
so just out of curiosity, you want to move from like the traditional suit.
Yeah. He's not wearing like...
he has to wear like robes and all that shit?
Well, no, hold on. He can wear a black suit. He can wear the full suit, but he's got to have like the Quan Chi arcane symbol.
Well, can you not do the arcane symbols and wear the necromancy garb? Like, is it one or the other? Or?
Yeah. I guess you could be dressed like a necromancer, but put together like a businessman.
So you either get to dress like a businessman,
suit.
but you have to look like a necromancer.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's fair.
Yeah. The highest up should just be a fucking lich.
Obviously.
Yeah, he's like I
mean, it's not that far off to the executives now anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're making it sound like it's
small,
like it's like two steps to the left.
Big leap.
Like, holy shit.
I know. Just a fucking small shuffle and we're there.
Yeah. One hop this time.
Insane.
Like that's what it is. Like, and then, we're there.
That's part of the spell, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
It's the incantation.
I don't know. Yeah, I think you're going to see it, though. I really do.
Oh, I agree. I do. It's a fucking strange
And
thing.
again, I think she has the right mentality in her situation.
Right.
But I think that if someone...
It's going to be personal.
Like, if Tom Cruise wants to sell his face, what can you do?
We could get some interesting stuff.
Well, let me ask you this. Like, how do you feel about, like, long dead people, like the old Abraham Lincoln?
No, absolutely not.
Absolutely
You can't
not.
get the fucking consent from
So
them.
you want consent from the dead?
Yeah.
Now, what if they actually do...
That's the thing.
Let me take it a step further. What if they actually become necromancers, raise the dead?
If they're going to speak with the soul, spirit of Robin Williams. Robin Williams is like, yeah, of course.
Of course, yeah. You want to keep making movies with my likeness? That's fine.
They practice both digical and arcane necromancy.
Right. I think the only way to do it for people that are already gone is that you have to learn how the actual practice of necromancy works. Bring those people back from the dead.
Yeah.
Get their consent. And then obviously you return them from whence they came.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't get to run around
You
as
send them
zombies.
back
Like, what do you
to
think
hell,
this shit is? Yeah, send them back to the depths of hell. And, then maybe we get like a Fern Gully 4. I don't know.
Well, that's fun.
Jesus. Do you have anything else for me today?
Look, so the only other thing I wanted to talk about, and I skate over this because I don't know too much. I don't know that anyone knows too much from like the digging that I've done. Let's talk about the whole dream thing. Because look, we talk about a lot of the online stuff.
Sure.
Have you heard about the dream situation at all?
Just a bit, just bits and pieces.
See, I tried getting into this, but I can't make heads or tails.
Before we even get into this, right?
Okay.
Can you give me a little summary of Dream?
Yeah, I'll try to of Dream.
Yeah, like can you just for the
Okay.
people who don't know who Dream is?
Yeah. You're right. There's some people out there who probably don't know. So Dream is a YouTuber. He, as far as I'm aware, the majority of his content is Minecraft based. So he's a very young audience. Like
and he's one of the biggest Minecraft
he's a huge.
YouTubers.
And like, let me tell you, Minecraft YouTube is huge.
Even to this day, it is.
I have a 6-year-old. It's like all he watches. And like, let me tell you, the tiny guys you've never heard of, tens of millions of views on their videos.
Right.
Minecraft YouTube is huge.
Right. So
And
when we say Dream is the biggest, like just so you guys can kind of get an understanding of what we mean by this sort of shit, you're talking about celebrity level followings.
Yeah.
Right.
Seriously.
Because like globally.
And in this case, the majority of it is children.
Right. And in a lot of cases they are kids, especially with Minecraft.
Right. And so
and his big shtick at first was like he would never take his mask off.
Well,
he had that stupid,
you never saw his face.
Right.
That was
Nobody
it.
knew who he was, right? And then he
right.
finally did the unmasking. And
he was like a weird looking dude, but whatever.
Right, and he's like probably what in his late 20s or something like that.
I don't
Not
even think. Yeah,
all right, he's a younger guy, right?
Yeah, young dude. So, anyways, that's a quick overview of Dream.
That's just who Dream is.
He's had controversies in the past, some like cheating on like speed runs, whatever. This is a little different,
right?
So this whole controversy sparks off when I guess someone comes out and they say, "Hey, here's some footage. Dream sent me video on Snapchat of him just like moaning. It's got like this real dirty fucking
very suggestive.
Yeah, this like sexual like message attached to it.
Right.
And here's the thing. It's been getting fought back and forth on Twitter since. It's been like a week, maybe even 2 weeks now that this has been going on.
Yeah, and obviously you have your stands that are gonna simp for him no matter what.
Let me tell you though, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the fucking crazy thing.
Walk me through.
It's not even the simps necessarily. It's just it's not really proven one way or another whether he did it or not. So how do you use Snapchat? Have you used it?
Yeah. But you know what it is? I don't use it with the company because it's tricky.
I know.
You know, not because it's tricky because it's hard to use, but it's like you can send it to just everybody.
Yeah, here's the other thing. So what I've been made aware of is I'm not a big Snapchat guy, is you can just use a name. So like the tag being, Dream's tag.
Doesn't matter because you can just you have your username, but then you can just put a name on top of that.
And this like moaning video is just a black screen.
Right. So it may not even be him.
Right.
Now has he spoken on it yet?
Yeah, he's made some statements.
Did he say it's him?
No, he said it's not.
Okay, well I think we got to give him the benefit of the doubt.
That's just it. Is like, and again, I'm not going to dive down the rabbit hole completely because it is so much evidence, and I say that with air quotes because none of the evidence is like fully verified, and if it is, I'm unaware of it. There is mountains of arguments, counter arguments, like fucking people defending him with very valid like defenses, and then there's people tearing right through it and saying, well, actually we have receipts that prove X, Y. It's a lot.
Here's the thing. If you can
and this isn't even the fucking entirety
but
of the animal.
The problem is, right?
Sure.
Is that, and the reason I like to cover sort of the YouTube controversies and stuff is because for the majority of these situations, even though a lot of times very real crimes are being committed,
right,
the punishment is purely in the court
it's horseshit
of public opinion, right? You're not getting arrested. You're not facing any real, legal punishment or anything. However,
Right.
because of the nature of this industry, if the court of public opinion deems you guilty,
You're done.
dead.
Right.
So I just think that, we have to be better about, like, if there's
That's what
not
I like about this,
if
though.
there's not proof, you
Right.
have to give it to
can't
them.
just condemn them. But and that's what I like about this is I think this is the first time we're seeing a real like backlash against just the snap judgment. Hey, someone said Dream's guilty, he's guilty, we're done. We're seeing a lot more like, hey, this isn't really verifiable information. Like,
Well,
are
right,
we just gonna
right.
like say this is true?
Well, but
again,
but this is how it works, right? Is that you had cancel culture, at its peak, where
Sure.
all you had to do was make an accusation,
and it was done.
right? And that goes for Hollywood and all that stuff too.
sure,
It's
sure,
not
sure.
just
Right.
YouTube. It
little,
was
little less defense for the online influencers, but yeah.
sure, but I guess my point to it is like the whole movement came out. I guess essentially because Harvey Weinstein, the Shrek of the universe, was running around raping people, right?
We love Shrek. I don't like Weinstein.
Well, I mean, he looks like the physical manifestation of Shrek.
Yeah, he looks like human Shrek a little bit.
Yeah, bet. Was running around raping people.
Yeah.
And I don't even have to say allegedly because the motherfucker's in jail.
Yeah, he did it.
So I get it. The movement has 100% weight in that regard. And, you even had the issues with, like, Bill Cosby and all that shit.
Right.
Like, there were very powerful men doing really fucked up shit to women.
Right.
But it morphed into this thing where we just blanket statement believed everybody who would, no matter what they said.
It was a weird time.
But
So
what
let
I'm
me-
saying is
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
starting to kind of pull back on that a little bit, and logic is coming back into the equation.
And I agree. I think that's always been one of these things where you have to treat it, because this is something that can be criminal, you have to treat it like a criminal case. You have to be able to prove these things.
Right, because you're ruining lives.
Right, because this is done.
And the
otherwise.
thing is I think when it happened with like Weinstein and Cosby and all that
Sure.
shit, we as a society were so shocked that there was all this proof and everything that the only way to react is to believe everything going forward.
Well, let me add a layer to it for you.
Sure.
So here's the thing: is Dream as he stands he's got a lot of other controversies and shit, and there's reasons why people are kind of more willing to believe this.
Okay.
He's always had kind of a weird persona, especially since he's shown his face and come out. He knows his audience is children.
Right. I would imagine that most
you and I-
big YouTubers know their audience are kids.
You have to.
Right.
Because here's the thing. If you're going to make it as
Like-
an influencer, you know who you're making
Right.
stuff for.
But here's the thing. Our audience, this is not for kids.
Right. We're not for children. If you're a child watching this, stop.
I mean-
Fuck you, child. We don't want you to be here.
No.
Not
Go easy.
physically.
Go easy there. Go easy there. Okay? And you know what? If they are listening, shame on you, but they're probably pretty cool.
And shame on your fucking parents.
But, yeah, they're probably not pretty cool. Like, the kid's probably pretty cool, but the parents probably suck.
All right. I won't. You know what, child? I'm sorry. That's on me. That's on me.
There you go. I just got to put
But
you
know
back
what?
on the
But
path.
you know what,
You're
your
all right.
parents?
You're all right.
They're fucking assholes.
Yeah, they're animals. But you're pretty rad. You'll probably be rad when you get older.
Yeah, you know what? I'm sorry about that. That's on me.
Yeah.
Keep watching.
You're fine. We're not going to send you any moaning videos, though.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, I'm not going to.
Sorry. Like, if that's what you're hoping for, you're going to be thoroughly disappointed.
Let me add the layer on here. So Dream's known. He puts out like weird thirst trap posts
Yeah, he needs
his
the,
audience
he needs
of-
the
to his audience of children.
What is it called? The
Validation.
validation, right? But you know what's weird is like it seems to happen a lot.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
it happened with that Miranda.
Miranda sings.
Yeah, it happened with Miranda sings.
God, she's got
you know.
more. Well,
No, I'm
that's
just saying.
another day.
Right, sure.
Oh
I'm
no,
just saying.
I'm saying there's more updates on her.
Yeah, it
I know.
it
It's
just seems to
crazy.
happen with a bunch of these YouTubers with like
Young audiences.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It didn't happen with Blippy though.
No,
They
he
were just
shit
mad.
on him.
Yeah, they were mad. Well, it was his friend though.
Yeah.
You know,
Look. Again, I know I talk about it a lot. I have a young son, and he went through his Blippy phase, and I knew what Blippy did. I got no problems with the man.
Neither do I, and I don't care.
gripes
right,
whatsoever.
And that's the thing. It's not like he's.
It was
putting
self-contained. It wasn't for the kids.
Just to be clear, Blippi is a huge.
Oh yeah.
Blippi's a huge YouTuber.
For the uninitiated.
Yeah, he's a huge YouTuber, or he was. I don't know if he's still big.
No, he is of like a Sesame Street, not Sesame Street, but like an educational children's show.
And again,
on YouTube.
it's decent enough content for little kids and shit.
Right.
But before he got famous for that, he was trying to figure out his niche, and he took a diarrhea shit all over his friend's face.
He was throwing a lot of things at the wall, see what stuck. Poop wasn't one.
Yeah,
of them.
no, it wasn't at the wall. It was on his friend's face.
Yeah.
But that being said, right, when you told me about that, I also was fine with that because, like, what? We're just, like, he didn't do anything wrong.
Sure.
And we're going to punish the dude because he's a kid's...
Well, he made it through. Yeah, because he's now a kid's influencer.
Right.
We're going to hold him to a standard.
What the fuck is that about?
We're going to hold him to that standard when at the time he was not.
Right. You don't hold past guy to a standard that future guy is,
Yeah.
Especially where it's not, like, again, obviously if he's committing crimes, that's a different story.
Right.
But
this is a consensual...
if you can't shit on your friend's face... Like, what kind of world are we living in?
This was a consensual act between two adults, and it wasn't directed for children. I don't think he can have an issue with that.
Right. But now, so the dream... he posts his thirst traps,
right.
Which I will say is
weird.
Fucked up. Like, that's a warning sign.
Let me
give me a red flag.
To build
what else
this
you
character.
You got more red flags.
Yeah, and that's the thing is... Yes, we don't have, as far as I'm aware, there is no conclusive proof that Dream has sent these videos, but there is a significant amount of proof that Dream is the kind of dude who might.
But to me, it still doesn't matter.
I know. I agree with you, but it is a weird one. Now, let me give it
what
to
else you got? What else is he up to?
So you and I are a bit on the old side for this show, but I don't know if you heard The Amazing World of Gumball. Okay,
I am aware of that. I've watched a few episodes. It's got a very interesting. I always like those cartoons that kind of have like just the layer for the adults too.
Yeah. There's jokes thrown in there to keep the parents entertained.
Right. There's some nihilism that kind of bleeds into that.
Sure.
And like you get me with that kind of shit.
Right. So apparently. There's been some sort of beef between Gumball's voice actor, Ken, something like that. Fuck me for not knowing, but
all right,
whatever.
The cat,
voice actor
right,
for Gumball.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, he those two have.
He's got some beef with Dream.
Yeah, so Dream posts this video.
Yeah.
Of Gumball's voice actor drunk and high, a little crossfade going on.
Sure.
And he is just rambling and ranting and saying some shit to fucking Dream, like making... Yeah.
He's not even there. He's just...
Right. And here's the thing is, Dream posted that as like a, look at, this is what this guy is, like, fuck him. And I guess that's not it. Everyone kind of just turned on Dream. We're like, wow, you're posting some personal shit.
Yeah, way to like take advantage
of
somebody when they were
right in a low state.
Here's the thing: like who doesn't consume something at some point in their life? Right,
you just get through. You're raw dogging life out here. What the fuck?
And like listen. If you don't have friends that have said some fucked up shit to you when they were under the influence, then you don't have friends.
Right. So,
and I'm not saying that they believe the shit they're saying. I'm just saying that like when you. If you're around people that use any type of substance, they're going to say some wild shit.
They're going to say at some point they'll say something dumb. And
it's just par for the course because the brain is switched off.
Depending on what it is, I'll say depending on what it is. And in this case, nothing too egregious was said.
All right, fair point. Yeah, like if you're like, oh man, the bodies are buried in the backyard. Like you can't be doing that shit, or like any hate speech and stuff.
Right. Exactly. And that's not what we got.
No,
and
it was probably just some stupid rambling, right?
I know I'm going on and on. I don't even have all that fucking much information, but it's just so fascinating. It's an interesting case study.
So he posted that his audience turned the court turned on him.
Right. The court of public opinion is not on his side. He's the villain for posting it,
and I think he kind of is.
Yeah. And there's a lot of secondary accounts too coming out. People are putting up their own, Dream also tried this with me, and some of those are getting immediately debunked as bullshit that is just trying to capitalize.
That's the danger of it all.
So the waters are incredibly murky on this one.
And the thing of it is, right,
Yeah.
is that you can't punish him even if he's a piece of shit for
Right.
something he didn't do.
At least if you can't prove he did it, you can't punish him.
Right.
That's just it.
Right. And I'm so I think he sounds like a douchebag to me, right?
Right.
And I won't consume his content because he's
like,
a douchebag.
that's just it. Regardless, fuck that. Like, I don't need to be involved
right,
with
but
this
at
guy.
the same time, like, I don't want his career to end over something that they can't prove.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like, we can't do that to people. That shit has to stop. Like, that cancel culture without proof has to stop.
I agree with you wholeheartedly.
And I can't believe I'm coming out pro Dream on this.
I know, yeah. You didn't expect
it's
to open this to be a
listen,
Dream.
It's a very, fucking in the Taco Bell situation.
And let me put this out here. I think on behalf of both of us, we're still waiting on the details. Like, we're still
to be clear, like if tomorrow they come out and they go, well, we lightened it up. Here's Dream's face. Like it's him.
I'll go one step further. Is if we learn that 2 days ago we find out that it was confirmed he's the fucking bad guy.
He can go eat a bag of dicks.
Right. If we're wrong in the moment, let us know. Link us the proof and tell us. I mean, we don't want to support someone who's fucking
but I don't want
trying to go after minors.
But I don't want to punish someone for something they didn't do.
Right.
Especially
for just being accused.
Right. Because I think, like I said,
that's a tough place to be.
I think a lot of situations are a lot more gray than, they appear on the surface. Right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I think cancel culture really wants things to be black and white. And I don't think that works in reality.
No. Of course not.
You know what I mean?
I do. I agree with you.
So, fuck Dream, but don't really fuck him, especially if you're underage. Christ.
Is he an asshole? Yes. We can confirm that the guy's a fucking asshole.
And if you don't want to support him because he's an asshole, I'm with you 100%.
More power to you.
But you can't crush the guy for something he didn't do.
Right. You can't just say, I don't like this guy, and people are saying he did this, so I'm just going to propagate it.
All right. Let's put this one to bed.
Yeah. That's a good place to draw it to a close.
Paul, what's going on?
Well, nothing. Fuck you.
All right. Well, guys, that's episode 81 of the podcast.
I'm not doing nothing. I'm coming here. I'm helping you with the shows. That's what's happening.
You know where we're at. CatalystCrafting.com is the main website. Catalyst Creations NH is the Etsy store. We're grooving. If you guys like what we're doing, you may want to, and I don't often say this, but like we're selling out of shit.
And I'll give you one thing I'm doing. I'm gonna be with Evan at Aresia in January. January.
So
we'll be there.
Yeah.
Boston, we're coming for you.
We may have something coming up in December. We'll see. It's still in the works.
Yeah, that one's a little up in the air, but we're gonna be making all the circuits of the cons. Come see us out if you're northeastern based.
So if you're digging it, even if you're not digging it, and you want to throw like some milk on me, because you know how I feel, come by.
Yeah,
just don't 100%. Throw it out. Don't throw it on the products. If you got to throw it on the man, I get it. But don't hurt the merch. But yeah, what do you guys think? I mean, did you go to NECC? Did you have a good time? Like, are you down with the con circuit?
Right.
Have you seen When Evil Lurks? Do you think it's as good as I'm making it out to be, or am I a fool?
Should people be fucking around the guac? Come on. Vomiting in it even?
I don't think you vomit in it.
Unbelievable. That's a bridge too far.
That's where I draw the line. What are you, a savage?
Up until that point, fine. But
should we be bringing people back from the dead digitally?
Yeah. You want digital necromancers? That's how you get them.
Like a little bit.
Yeah, it kind of sounds cool when I say it that way.
Is Dream guilty?
Yeah. You tell us.
All right, crew. We'll catch you on the next one.
Thank you for pulling up the article.